The signing of Cam Newton by the New England Patriots over the weekend was headline news in the sports world. The move by Bill Belichick and the Patriots was pretty much universally praised. I, for one, thought it was a brilliant move. We had been predicting it for a couple of months on this channel. This is a win-win for both the Patriots and Cam Newton. New England, they are getting a former MVP for pennies on the dollar. And Cam Newton is getting the opportunity to revive his career after 2 brutal seasons and prove that he still has what it takes to be a franchise-level quarterback. One person and one team that was less than thrilled about Cam Newton heading to New England was Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Before last weekend, the Bills were most people's favorite to win the AFC East. They were definitely my favorite to win the AFC East. But with Cam Newton heading to New England, the division now is completely up for grabs. I posted a series of videos the past couple of months detailing quarterbacks that are in make or break seasons in 2020. We've covered Baker Mayfield, more recently Sam Darnold. Now, today, we are going to cover Josh Allen. Because make no mistake, 2020 could be the most critical season of his career, up until this point anyway. Now, before I get into my explanation as to why this could be the most important season of Josh Allen's career, let's briefly go over his first 2 years in the NFL. Like most rookies, his short career has been full of ups and downs. We have seen flashes of potential, flashes of brilliance, which are oftentimes overshadowed by the type of mistakes that make Bills fans across Buffalo yank their TV off their walls, throw it through a window into 10 inches of snow in their backyard. 2018 was a season full of more frustrating plays than promising plays for Josh Allen. He threw more interceptions than he did touchdown passes. His completion percentage was a pathetic 52.8%. You want to know the best way to ensure that you have a short career as an NFL quarterback? Go out there and complete less than 55% of your passes. That is a quick and easy way to end your NFL career. Josh Allen's rookie season, it can be excused, right? I mean, even legendary quarterbacks have bad rookie years sometimes. Peyton Manning, he was atrocious his rookie season with the Colts. People were talking about him being a bust. They went 3-13. Everyone knew the Bills didn't have a chance in 2018. They were in a rebuilding year. But did we see enough improvement out of Josh Allen in 2019? The answer is yes and no. Yes and no. He was undoubtedly better in his sophomore campaign, which isn't saying much because he really had nowhere to go but up. But we still saw a lot of the same problems that we saw in 2018 and 2019. Turnovers are still a major problem. Even though he limited his interceptions, only threw 9 compared to 12 in 2018. Josh Allen had 14 fumbles that he lost. He still didn't hit that benchmark of completing 60% of his passes. Only completed 58.8%. He only threw for a little over 3,000 yards passing. In a fucking passing league. In a league designed to benefit the quarterback, benefit the offense. I like Josh Allen. I've said it on here many times that I see a lot of potential in him. But I'm in the same boat as many fans of the Buffalo Bills. As much potential as he has, we've got to start seeing it at some point more consistently. He has got to clean up some of the back-breaking mistakes. Let me tell you one of the problems that I had with Josh Allen last season. Did the Buffalo Bills offense improve over 2018? Yes. Buffalo ranked 31st in DVOA in 2018. They moved up 10 spots to 21st last year, which is a decent improvement, but it is not enough. Because much like Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson last offseason, Sean McDermott and the Bills spent the entire offseason last year building this offense around the strengths of Josh Allen. They brought in Frank Gore, a veteran presence in the backfield. Devin Singletary ended up being a nice surprise in the draft. Matter of fact, 12 of the 15 players on the Bills offense who took more than 20% of the offensive snaps were new in Buffalo. They literally reconstructed the entire offense around the strengths of Josh Allen. And in my opinion, we just didn't see enough improvement. There were still a lot of the same mistakes that he was making in 2018. Buffalo, they still ranked near the bottom of the league in passing yards. Actually, Josh Allen and the Bills were near the bottom of the league in damn near every passing metric that is measured. But KC, Josh Allen got the Bills into the playoffs. They improved from 6-10 to 10-6 in 1 year. Okay, but how much of that was because of Josh Allen? I think the majority of the credit for the turnaround last season goes to the Bills' defense. The defense in Buffalo improved from 18th in 2018 to number 2 overall last season. They only gave up 20 or more points 6 times last year, including the playoffs. Buffalo lost 4 of those 6 games, and the 2 wins came against the Dolphins. So I don't really count those 2 wins. In other words, if the Buffalo defense had a bad game, if they gave up more than 20 points, then the Bills lost. But let's dig a little bit deeper. How did Josh Allen do against great quarterbacks last year? How did he perform against playoff teams? The Bills were 1-4 against playoff teams last year. And that one win came against the Titans when Marcus Mariota was the captain of a sinking ship in Tennessee. So I don't really count that one either. In those 4 losses, who was at fault? Was it the Bills' defense or was it the play of Josh Allen? You got a 50-50 shot at getting the answer right. Think about it for a second. I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the Buffalo defense. Against New England week 4, the Bills' defense gave up just 224 yards to Tom Brady and the Patriots' offense. Josh Allen, 3 turnovers. Bills lose by 6. Week 14 against Baltimore, the Bills' defense held Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, the number 1 offense in the NFL, to 257 total yards. Josh Allen has 2 fumbles, one in which he loses. He completes 44% of his passes. Bills lose by 7 points. In those 4 games against playoff teams, Josh Allen completed 47% of his passes and threw for an average of 169 yards a game. That's not going to get it done. That's not enough. But the Bills had 10 wins last year. But who did they beat? We've already established that Josh Allen had some of the worst games of the year, some of the worst games of his career against the good teams, against the playoff teams. But he played well against the shitty defenses of the league the rest of the season. But he had only 1 quality win. That was at Dallas on Thanksgiving. The only quality win that Josh Allen had all year last year. This is the reason that fans, and I think the coaching staff as well in Buffalo, are still skeptical about Josh Allen and his long-term prospects as a franchise quarterback with the Bills. Buffalo has really struggled with the deep ball in Josh Allen's 2 seasons. That should change this year, as they traded away 4 draft picks to acquire Stephon Diggs. So let's look at the Bills going into 2020. They've got a good offensive line, great running game, great defense, great deep threat receiver, good tight end, excellent head coach. There is no more excuses. Josh Allen is set up for success in Buffalo in 2020. So let's go ahead and get to the question in the title of the video. Is 2020 a make or break season for Josh Allen? The answer is no. I say on this channel all the time that quarterbacks drafted in the first round have 2, 3, 4 years to prove themselves as a franchise-level quarterback. Josh Allen is entering his 3rd season off of 2 subpar years, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't care if they did reach the playoffs last season. Josh Allen was not that great. But the leash is long for him in Buffalo. I don't believe Sean McDermott is going to give up on him after this season. Unless it's just a complete collapse. Unless we see a major regression out of Josh Allen. Like I said earlier, we see flashes of brilliance out of him. He just needs to clean up the mistakes, the inaccuracy. Listen, Josh Allen is the first potential franchise quarterback in Buffalo since Jim Kelly, who's been gone since 1996. It has been a 25-year drought at the quarterback position. The Bills haven't made it past the wild card round of the playoffs since 1995. Since Jim Kelly, the Bills have made the playoffs 4 times. 4 times in the past 24 years. A lot of people like to compare Josh Allen to Tyrod Taylor. And if you look at them statistically while they were in Buffalo, they're basically the same quarterback. I think the Bills gave up too soon on Tyrod Taylor. And ownership in Buffalo knows and regrets it. I really believe they do. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to go out tomorrow and give Josh Allen the 5th-year option on his contract, but I think he's going to be okay through the 2021 season. I think he'll be the Bills starter this year and next year. It should be a good year for Buffalo. It should be a good year for Josh Allen in Buffalo. The schedule is easier than it was last season. Last year, the Bills had the 12th hardest schedule in the NFL. They should undoubtedly be a playoff team. And if Josh Allen can show improvement, they should be a possible Super Bowl contender. I'll be honest with you. They have a great defense in Buffalo. You just never know with quarterbacks, though, in the NFL. Josh Allen could be on the precipice of becoming the next Patrick Mahomes, or he could be on the brink of becoming the next Blake Bortles, Mitchell Trubisky, guys who had one good year and then fell the fuck off. Going into last season, Mitchell Trubisky was actually being considered and talked about as a possible MVP candidate based on his success in 2018. Now, we all saw what happened last year. He fucking flopped. He was a fucking disaster. Blake Bortles, he rode the Jags defense to the AFC Championship game back in 2017. We haven't seen him since. What do both of those guys have in common with Josh Allen? All 3 of those quarterbacks rode elite defenses into the playoffs. 2 of them fell off the following year. We'll see what happens with Josh Allen. The same thing could happen to him if he doesn't improve over the next 2 years. He could disappear from the NFL mainstream. But I do believe he will have 2 more full seasons in Buffalo to prove himself. I don't feel like 2020 is going to be a make or break year for Josh Allen. Alright, that's all for today. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for me. You can click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Appreciate you guys that have already done so. Leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think. Is 2020 a make or break season for Josh Allen in Buffalo? Let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions or a topic you would like me to discuss, you can email me at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I will see you guys next time.